Is there something about homeschooling that can actually help alleviate these kind of sibling rivalries and conflicts that may not be available to parents who do a more traditional kind of schooling?
Well, Jim, I'd say this is uh, be a good time to mention a large study that was done, came out a year ago, and it showed that actually in homeschool families, there was a lot more forgiveness that was displayed by the children in homeschool families. And it was a very significant finding, statistically significant. And but that being the case, they didn't get into why that normally occurs or why that did occur. But as I've studied children, worked with families, and that kind of thing over the years, what I would suspect is going on in a case like that is, with smaller groups, you have, let's say, like you've got a family of three, and three kids are being homeschooled, and you have a lot more opportunity as a parent to monitor those kids, kind of insert yourself into a squabble, when it first starts and that type of thing. And in other words, you can stay on top of those kinds of situations, maybe even provide corrective feedback, show the child what they should have done in the first place, before it got out of control. But it's much easier for a parent of three to do that than it is when you're in a classroom and you've got 18 or 20 kids. And another thing about that, so you can monitor and just kind of manage things much more closely. You don't have to spread your attention across three kids versus 18 to 20 kids. And in a classroom, one of the things that often happens is that there might be three or four that demand a ton of teacher attention. And so a lot of those kids, they just kind of continue to function without very much monitoring and very much management, and little things can turn into major issues. But it makes sense to me that homeschoolers would develop better interpersonal skills and be better at interacting with others, including, forgiving others for, times when things got out of control, just because the parents have the time, and it's a good setup for giving the kids the attention that they need during those kinds of episodes.